Alrighty, let's do it. I'm going to share this before I get started. Peaceful greetings to you all. I'm going to enjoy myself this morning. Shout out to all the nobles out there on the West Coast here at Amexum. All right, just going to continue to share this. Get a few of you guys to come on in. Got archives? Yeah. So that's where I'm going with this one today. Got archives. And that is the question. Got archives? Who doesn't have archives? Leave a comment and say, I don't. If you want to get your hands on it, after you comment, I don't, say, how do I get my hands on the archives? And I'll let you know. Right? So this is me actually sharing. I mean, like, I want you guys to see, like, I'm sharing this. I was sharing a link from the YouTube link all over Facebook right now. So, you guys, come on in. Go over this ephemeris that's behind me, for a bit. Just checking out a few things, and like I said, let's just share. I'm about to go on my share zone real quick. And you guys know I'm going to get started, so don't sit there and get bored. Like, why does it take so long for him to get started? I'm going to get started. So, peaceful greetings. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at Northwest Amexem. How are you this evening? This morning? It's like 48 minutes after 2100 out there on the West Coast, right? What's goody? How you doing? How you doing? Right? Have a little FUN with the moon transiting Leo. Moon void of course for like 35 minutes and 29 seconds. It went void of course at 1:35 anti-meridian Eastern on the 24th of June. It will not be ingressing Virgo until about 104 post-meridian Eastern. So about 1:35 anti-meridian Eastern today. Well, that was actually the 24th, an hour and 35 minutes after midnight on June 24th, 2020, till about 1, which is 1300. So you got 0135 on June 24th, 2020, till about 1300 04 later today. The moon is considered void of course, which means it's not making any angles as far as the Ptolemaic angles, right? It's not making any conjunctions, oppositions, squares, trine, sextile. It's not aspecting, the moon isn't aspecting anything that's within 0 to 10 degrees, within 180 degrees. It's not aspecting anything within 90 degrees, within 120 degrees, within 60 degrees. Those are your 5 Ptolemaic angles, right? Ptolemaic aspects, right? When I say Ptolemaic aspects, just to be much more precise, that is Ptolemaic, Ptolemaic, referring to Claudius Ptolemy, Claudius Claudius, Ptolemy Ptolemy, right? So those 5 aspects are called Ptolemaic aspects in what you call basic tropic astrology or Western astrology. The basic panchangas, right? Basic 5 angles, right? It'll be panchanga in Vedic astrology, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm always open for correction, you know. Pushkara Navamsha. Pushkara Navamsha. Pushkara Navamsha. Look at that. I actually let this screen go out from behind me, right? Let me get this ephemeris back up, guys. Perdonne me, right? See if I can get this going. Right? Alright. Guess I'll wait on you. Get a little more out there. Slide this on over. Put this chart behind me there, right? Get that on going. So, what I would like to just continue doing, like I said, I'm just sharing this out on Facebook, and I'm going to go in on a few things. I do want to check on out and see what's going on as far as this lonely screen behind me. Hey, lonely screen, what's up? Let's get it going. All right. All right, there. There we go. Everlasting screen behind me now, yeah? There it is. There's that, you know, ephemeris that we were talking about earlier. So let's get this out. Go a little hard real quick, right? Science of the More. A few other pages here on Facebook that I share to. UMMA Planting Group. Uma. Right? Uma says, shine the light on the world. Right? That's a shout to Yassine Day. Right? So in continuing, yeah, like make no major, transactions like from 135 minutes June 24th till 1304 minutes June 25th. The moon's void of course, which means it's not making any of those five major angles to, any other planet. I mean, other angles are being made though. They're just not those five major. So when you're checking like these softwares on the internet or whatever, or you're checking websites that will let you know, like alabe.com, it'll let you know, where the moon is and its applying aspect. Alrighty, implying means approaching a point. So right now it's void of course. Alrighty, and its total void of course this time will equal 35 hours 29 minutes. Go and check behind me. You know what I mean? Depends on where you are, but according to here, near the you know East Coast, and I'm going to zoom in here. All right, that's March, April, May. Here's June, right? I'm going to zoom in on June here, and I want you to see right here, guys. Look right there. Let me see if I can put that above my head. All right, and if I'm not mistaken, right? Um, we actually can see that. We check right here where it says lunar ingresses and void times. I'm gonna zoom in a little more. Lunar ingresses and void times, right? And look in the void times column on the right where it says last aspect, right? If you look around June 24th at 1:35 anti-meridian Eastern, the last aspect that the moon made was square and it was to Uranus. Alrighty, and it will not enter Virgo until 1304 minutes or 1:04 p.m. today. Right? This is according to Eastern time, right? Here on the East Coast near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic. Alrighty, so however, just wanted you guys to just like check that out, you know what I'm saying? Like, so let me just take me away for a second. Or maybe I could just, slide on over. Maybe I'll slide to the right. Maybe you can see a little bit to the right. I don't know. I know it's a little bit of a delay from my feed that I actually see here and what you guys get out there or whatever. But maybe if I move to the side a little, maybe you can actually see, what it is, right? Yeah. So, with that being said, all right. So, let me take me out the way, I guess, for a little moment. And that way you can see in the void times column Alrighty, we're in the middle here. It says lunar ingresses in void times, right? On the right, you see void times, last aspect, right? Go on down till you see the 24th. On the 24th, June 2020, the moon made its last aspect square to Uranus at 0135 or 135 anti-meridian Eastern. And it will not ingress. If you go on over to the ingresses column to just the left of that, look at the 25th. And that sign that it's ingressing is Virgo. And the moon will be ingressing Virgo on the 25th, which is today, at 0100. I'm sorry, pardon me, 1304 minutes or 104 post meridian Eastern. So that's just what I wanted to just kind of go over and show you all right? And I trust you all can actually see that. You see, we have a lunar eclipse on the 5th at 3:25 post meridian Eastern, right? Lunar eclipse, looky, Astro Cookie, right? So that means we just had a solar eclipse that we didn't observe here in the northern hemisphere, so to speak, here at a Mexa. And there's a lunar eclipse that's going to take place. However, the sun will be here, you know, getting that good filtered energy, right? Grounding isn't a bad idea on the lunar eclipse, if you ask me. However, potato, you know? So, bringing me back. Alrighty, here I go. Alrighty, so with that being said, right? Let's continue. Let me actually kind of go here, right? I'm gonna leave that there. And again, this is, the June 2020 Tropical Midnight Ephemeris that I'm reviewing, alright? Let's get that going now. 2 seconds, y'all. Alright. Making sure we got this in order. Right? Alright. There we go. Yeah, there I go, coming in. Like I said, I know it's like a 12, 15-second delay or whatever, but make sure, got this whole local access network camera setup thing going on here. Kind of like sort of like an NDI setup. So it is what it is, right? So, guys, just wanted to show you, right? I'm just doing my best not to be like all like super extra loud right now, alrighty? So just bear with me, alrighty? I'm just really here to just share a few things. So God Archives, right? That's what I'm really here to talk about. God Archives. Just wanted to just go in briefly on this whole lunar ingress thing and void of course, and why I'm telling you guys, because we astrologers look at moon void of course is buyer's remorse. So no major transactions or anything like that of that nature, so to speak, right? you don't want to do anything like that, so to speak. It kind of has this Mercury retrograde energy to it with the moon for the course. According to my studies thus far, me just doing my best to be scientific, experimenting, and just seeing what happens, when the moon is void of course, and seeing what happens when Mercury is retrograde, right? So it's why it's just best to just, make plans. Sometimes, some astrologers will describe it, when it comes to like a Mercury retrograde, it's like an arrow, alrighty, bow and arrow situation. And you're just pulling back. And once, Mercury goes direct and gets past the shadow, it's like, phew, you're just letting it go. It's full speed ahead. Three strikes, you're out. Some of us astrologers will say also, because Mercury will go over, its shadow period, degrees, and then it'll go station retrograde. Alrighty. And it'll appear station retrograde and appear to retrograde over the degrees that it has done or has transited within its shadow period degrees. And then it'll appear station direct, and then it will go back across it. So that's one strike, two strikes, three strikes, and it's out of there, right? So that's how that's, looked at, so to speak. Uh, so with that being said, right? Um, got archives? I know I asked that earlier. I mean earlier, right? Like, do you have archives? You got archives? I'm curious. I would like to know. Do you have archives? Right. So let's continue and let me see. And I hope that things are continuing and just working out for you or whatever. So let's keep it going, right? All right. So I'm asking, do you know, got archives? What does that mean? Got archives is this here, right? So let me go here, right? So you guys can probably see. Look at that. I'll just move the camera for right now, guys. Got archives? Yeah. So I keep, I know you guys see me keep putting this up, the Astrology 101 workshop, 2020. And I know you guys like, hey man, that was back in May 17, 2020, and it was over, Uh, you know, and then, it started, April 19th, and it was over May 18th, May 17th. I get it, guys, right? However, it's archived. What do I mean that it's archived, right? So that's why you guys see me advertise got archives. Now, I'm already, complete with the first cycle pertaining to the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020, amplified. Alrighty, so this one is a 12-week course. However, only those that are participating in this 12-week course are those that got archives, So, in order to partake in the second Astrology 101 Workshop 12-week course, and already the first one is archived, there's a new drive already. Some of the students have returned that were in the Astrology 101 Workshop. Um, Strong, too, for the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Amplified. Alrighty, and we had a great and amazing time. The 21st it just passed, Um, as far as right after the solar eclipse, all the adept, all the beloved adept Moabite Astro students, um, really just did their thing in their delineations just on the first cycle. I'm just like proud, like I was just like, yay, I just thought it was amazing. Alrighty, so Epoch Cam is still doing this thing. No worries, you guys can still hear me, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of do my Michael Early wine thing and be without the visual of me for the moment, however. So you guys just hear my voice. Alrighty, so let's get this going, right? So God Archives, right? So let me show you what I mean by God Archives, guys. Do you see this right here? Like, check this out, right? This is what I mean by God Archives, right? Let me make sure my screen mirroring is good, right? I want you guys to just be able to check this on out. All right. So here we go. So as you can see, guys, like this is the drive, the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 drive. And so, you're like, hold on, Hassan, what do you mean? If we want to come and see your classes on Zoom, and that's where they're being held, it's still being held on Zoom, guys. I didn't do any advertisement. I was thinking about it. I wanted to do a flyer. Mother Tamara L was like, Hassan, do a flyer. And then I said, you know what? Nah, because the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Amplified is for those students that actually go through the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020. And for those of you that have not, and you missed it, and it was, like I said, complete, that's fine because as you see here, we have every cycle complete. You see cycle 1. GGF stands for Grace Gifts Fruition. As you can see, Grace Gifts Fruition. So GGF1 is cycle 1. So that was where it kicked off at on April 19th. And then 1 week later, we did cycle 2. So one cycle later, we did cycle 2. Cycle 3, one cycle after that. Then the cycle after that, we did cycle 4. And the cycle after that, we did cycle 5. So it was a 5 cycle course or 5 week course. So, I go on here and I'm going to double click on this, right? Guys, look what's in here, right? Study sheets, you get a poster, right? And there's the archived video. Not only do you get the video, and of course it's cycle 1, we have the video, we have the audio file too. It's M4A. So if you have some type of M4A audio conversion software like iTunes or something of the like I utilize iTunes, and I convert the M4A to an MP3. Alrighty, and also there's the minutes too. If anyone texts in a chat on Zoom, you guys can see the minutes there, right there, right here on the left or whatever. And as I said, like I said, this here is the video here. This is the audio file, and these are the minutes that were typed in the chat, so you can see what students were chatting during that time as well. Alrighty, and then you guys also get a genethlical figure template, and then you get, like I said, your study sheets, and then you get another poster as well, song that does an end poster along with your house of study sheets, right? So really, what you're really going after is not all of that. You're really just going after this right here, the video, right? The video, the audio, and the minutes. Everything else is extra. So there's 5 files with at least the video and the audio file. Some of them we weren't even really typing in the chat. We were just going in, and you guys see, you get a part of it. It kind of is like a stick shift. It seems to start off slow with the first cycle, but I guarantee you will not be disappointed. We still are holding to our eleemosynary tuition. The eleemosynary tuition via the Cash App in lieu of lawful money is 135 notes in lieu of lawful money, alrighty, via Cash App. So that's how that is, and that will get you to get your email, alrighty, access. So it's only for one email for the eleemosynary tuition gifted exchange. And when you gift your eleemosynary tuition, you choose your email that you would like that to go to, and then voila, you will have access to the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020. And that's what that was. The Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Amplified. It's 27 notes a week for 12 weeks. So this particular one is 324 notes. Alrighty, for this course. And like I said, a lot of the students showed out, from the first one. And I'm just proud of you guys. You're showing promise. Alrighty, when it comes to astrology. So let me just go back here, right? And go on back here, and you see, like I said, guys, we have cycle 2. I click on cycle 2. If you guys actually saw, hold on, let me go back to cycle 1. Did you guys see in cycle 1, I get free astrology software too? Did you notice that? Just wanted to point that out too. So, let you guys know we hooking you up. However, you're just getting the 20 hours worth of video. And some of these cycles we did extra, you know, cycles added to it. Like we did like after classes. So I think cycle 3, cycle 4, and cycle 5 have after classes. So not only are you getting 20 hours, you're actually getting in total 20 plus hours of video, maybe like 23, 24, maybe up to 26 hours worth of video, and that's what you're exchanging your LMOs and tuition for. That's the actual class. All the documentation and that free astrology software and things of that nature, that's just additive things just for you and your private divine metaphysical studies. All right. So as you guys can see, like there's a video here. The video is here, right? And this is the audio file. Let me scroll up a little bit more here. Here's the video here and the audio file, and I think the minutes are there. So of course there's the minutes along with the video and the audio file for cycle 1 and cycle 2. Let's go back. Alrighty, let's see what's in cycle 3 there. Cycle 3, look, here's an after class in cycle 3. There's the video. Alrighty. As you guys can see, there's the audio file as well. So you definitely get video and audio file, and you get some extra documents, as you can see, right? Check it on out. You're getting some extras there. And like I said, there's an after class. There's about, the after classes average were about 3 to 3.5 hours. So, you got about 3.5 hours average on the regular Astrology 101 workshop, plus another 3.5, maybe 3 hours average, because one of them I think was about 2.5 hours long, one of the after classes. But let's just go on back here. Okay, cycle 4, there's an after class there, and then we're going over some of the study sheets, and you see there is only the video and the audio, which is what you're exchanging and gifting your LMOs tuition for, right? So that you can get access if you decide, okay, well, Hassan, I completed that. I don't exactly, want to get into the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Amplified until I, go over the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 and get my introductory feet wet a little bit more when it comes to astrology, and that's fine. Just let me know when you're ready to move on to the second one, and you can get access to the Astrology 101 Workshop Amplified Google Drive. And you can exchange your LMOs and tuition for that. And currently, as it's going on for the students, and you know who you are, so you get to see this video, and you were a student already pertaining to the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020. You know already, guys, you can just give 27 notes per week for your LMOs and tuition, or you can do whatever exchange you like to do as far as giving your exchange, but it's at least 27 per week. Alrighty. Some of you guys are just really awesome. You already kind of give things up front, so you're also you're really awesome. So also you guys that want to give things up front too, do that as well. So really appreciate you guys. So let's move on, right? Cycle 5, right? Look at this, guys. Alrighty, so you can see there, you get an after class there as well, and you get little extras with the video and the audio, right? However, and that's just really what it is. However, I figure the school isn't complete. So, people are like, hold on, man. So you really got a school and a Google Drive? Yeah, man. So we hold our classes on Zoom. Alrighty. And then, I archive them so I don't, cloud my Zoom storage. And I archive them on Google Drive. And you guys want access, just let me know. You can't really access it unless I give you access via whatever email address you like to give access to it. So you guys also get to be a part of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali University Astro Civics community that's within this drive also. And you see that we had 3 meetings already in between the workshops. We've had a meeting on the 31st May, then a week later on the 7th June. Alrighty, which is really, I think, the 6th, but it's marked the 7th. And then, oh no, it might have been the 7th. We'll see. I thought it was the 6th, though. However, yeah, okay, maybe it was the 7th. It was the 7th of June. And then we also met on the 14th. Alrighty, so yeah, that's right. 7th, 31st, 7th, and the 14th were those 3 meetings. And you also have the Civics Awareness survey folder here. Let's take a look at that, right? The Civics Awareness survey folder. So you get all the Civics Awareness surveys complete with the 760 ILCS 51, 805, ILCS 110. So you can do that for your studies. Again, look, there's another Quran in my personal 101 questionnaire that you can print out, two-sided, duplex. Alrighty. Divine Constitution and Bylaws for your studies and the survey. Alrighty. So that's what that is. All right, let's go on back. I also look at this, guys. No school is complete without a library, right? So those last two ones down here. This is my Moorish history law studies library. Shout out to brother Zaire Casanova Nasir Bey. About 5.5 years ago, I got access to this and I downloaded it myself. Added a few things to it myself, but I didn't take away from what him and brother Rami Salam L had put in that drive that I got my hands on. So I'm re-uploading it within, this Astrology 101 Workshop Google Drive. So when you so this is not in the amplified Google Drive. So if that's how I said, you guys have to come through first on the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020. So again, got archives. You see, you got to get these archives. So look, this is my law library, right? So let me go into my law library, right? And as you can see, like I said, shout out to Rami Salam El and brother Zaire Casanova and Asir Bey, right? Still got their law dictionaries, one, right? The I Am Hip Hop Moorish Library and archives there as well. The Sufism Library. All these different PDFs that are here too for you guys to just, study going on, many different things from RV Bay Publications, different things that's been downloaded, archived, saved, different books, just get your hands on some things, check it on out, if you want. And it's still going, guys. I mean, that's not it, actually. If you want me to just keep scrolling, I'll just, keep scrolling. Is that the 48 Laws of Power? Oh, look at that. So, anyway, what's that? The Curse of Canaan. All right. So, just showing some things, just scrolling. That's the library, Treaty of Peace and Friendship, Nations Declarations on the Rights of Indigenous People. You know? So that just comes with it, You just came to get an astrology class. You ain't know there's a whole library in here. And when I say law, etymology dictionaries, like I said, shout out to the brothers, got Black's Law Dictionary first, broken down like volume wise in sections. The L section, the M section, the N section. So that's Black's Law Dictionary 1, right? Black's Law second edition here, right? Broken down into sections or whatever, and then you go on back or whatever, and you see we have Bacon's, right? Cowles, Hodges. So again, shout out to brothers Zaire Casanova, Nasir Bey, and Rami Salam L. This was what I was exposed to within like my first year and a half, pertaining to my nationality and birthrights, shout out to brother Sheldon Okitho Archer L, who took those 3 months. Shout out to brother Kamal Bay and brother Fitzgerald Bay as well. Um, for being there in times where I just needed to kick it and chill and converse with some Moors and go over a few things or whatever. Kicking it down in the projects. And it's really awesome times. So Johnson's, these volumes, right? Burn, a new law dictionary, Potts Law Dictionary, 1829 Webster's PDF is in here too. Looky. A dictionary of oh yeah, that's what I wanted to look at. Yeah, dictionary of geography, ancient and modern, guys. Like when I click on that, man. Oh, I went out. Hold on, guys. Let me double check that real quick. Mirroring. My apologies. Here we go now. Let's do it. Right? So just to kind of like look at it, right? Just scrolling it, right? Just wanted you to see, yeah, dictionary of geography, ancient and modern. So when you start checking certain things, and if I'm not mistaken, let's check the year on this, right? So it's not like abridged, right? I just want you to kind of see this, right? And so you guys that have access, yet guys that are students already pertaining to the Astrology 101 workshop 2020, some of you guys don't even know that this library exists on the drive. Some of you guys don't even know that the drive exists because you got the email and probably overlooked it. A dictionary of geography, ancient and modern, comprising a succinct description pertaining to all the countries pertaining to the globe, their physical and political geography, the several races of their inhabitants and their ancient as well as modern denominations, together with a brief note pertaining to all the capitals and principal towns, also pertaining to seas, rivers, and mountains, and a glossary pertaining to geographical terms by Josiah Conda, author, pertaining to, quote, the modern traveler, end quote, Italy, quote unquote, etc. Sybil tracing the dominion of her sons. Y'all see this, right? London printed for Thomas Tegan's son, right? 73 Cheapside, J. Cumming, Dublin, and R. Griffin and Company, Glasgow, 1834, right? This is 1834, you guys. Check it out. Looky, looky. Astro Cookie, right? So when you start looking back and start looking at things and you're looking at things before, Reconstruction or before the Naturalization Act, July 14th, 1870, you start looking for things. So let's see if we can find some things like Morocco in here, right? I figured I had some fun with this and then I'll get to the astrology, right? But I just said, got archives, and this is kind of what you get. All you came for was 20 plus hours pertaining to video to the Astrology 101 workshop. And there's a library, because who goes to school without a library? But this isn't the only library. This is just the Moorish Law Studies Library. That's it, Moorish History and Law Studies Library. That's just this one library, right? All right. So, all right. So, yeah, I was just curious. This is like, when people talk about Ethiopia and it's not Ethiopia, it's Abyssinia. Look, I'm just starting with A. What do you think will happen if I go to Morocco? Man, I ain't gonna even do it. I'm just gonna let you know this is on the drive, right? Aborigines, right? Goodness gracious. Aboriginal inhabitants, a term employed to denote the original or primitive inhabitants pertaining to a country. Abyssinia, the upper Ethiopia, or the upper demarcation line pertaining to ancient geography. An extensive kingdom pertaining to Amexem, lying between the parallels pertaining to 7 degrees and 15 degrees north, and the meridians pertaining to 32 degrees and 42 degrees east. It is bounded by Sinar on the north and Red Sea on the east, Sinar and Kordofan on the west, and a lofty range of mountains run along the southern frontier. The country is now politically divided into three grand regions. Tigre, comprehending the tract between the Red Sea and the river Takasi, and having for its capital Aksum, the ancient seat pertaining to the Abyssinian monarchy. Amhara, comprising the region west pertaining to the Takasi, which gives language, customs, and manners to the modern Abyssinians, and having for its capital Gondar, the united provinces of Shoa and Efat, which form a third independent state capital, Ankobar. The country is traversed by three ranges pertaining to mountains, pertaining to which the central ridge is the loftiest and the most rugged, and the surface is everywhere diversified by deep valleys, numerous streams and rivers, lakes, forests, and cultivated plains. On the east and south towards the Arabian Gulf, and the interior pertaining to Amexum, Abyssinia, presents two great steep risings to the considerable elevation without, as it would appear, any breaks or defiles. The country is therefore almost inaccessible from the coast, and is very deficient in ports, the only one pertaining to consequence being in the kingdom pertaining to Tigre. Towards the northwest, it forms an elevated tableland gently inclined towards Sennar, the direction in which its direction in which its principal rivers flow, the Blue River or Bar el Zarek, by its junction with the White River or Bar el Abiad, which comes from Darfur, forms the Egyptian Nile. Abyssinia has undergone repeated revolutions in its political condition, and its history exhibits an almost perpetual state of civil war and intestine confusion, which has produced a particular barbarity and dissoluteness pertaining to manners, Jewish rites, Christian doctrines, and idolatrous practice, and Ethiopic language, Persian customs, and Gala barbarism are strangely blended in the national characteristics. The etiquette and custom pertaining to Abyssinian court were borrowed in early times from Hamyar and Arabia, right? Then subject to Persians by the kings pertaining to Aksum, who strove to emulate the magnificence and retired majesty pertaining to the quote-unquote great king. Wonder who that is, right? Man, I'm not gonna keep reading this, man, but y'all can read this yourself, man. And keep going, right? You know, Agazi or Gez. Agazi or Gez. Gaziel. Anyway, yeah, man. What if I just went? What if I did just fine? Like, it'll be a minute before I get down there. Is this gonna catch up quick enough? Yeah. See, it had to load quick enough, guys. This is, I'm mirroring here, so it would take time for it to come up, right? But oh goodness, that says America? Did that say Ozark range to the foot of the Rocky Mountain over 12 degrees of longitude? Hold on, what's this? America. America. I'm telling you guys, you need to see Morocco too. The western continent dividing the Atlantic Ocean from the Pacific, and called from its recent discovery the New World. It is divided by the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico into two vast peninsulas. This is 1834, let's not forget this, which are connected by the Isthmus of Darien or Panama. It's called Darien, then called Panama, in the latitude 8 degrees north. According to Baron Humboldt computations, the northern portion from the southeastern extremity pertaining to the isthmus to the parallel pertaining to 6 south degrees. What is that? What that's saying? That literally says 6. Okay, pardon me. 68 degrees. Pardon me. North. I ought to say, what is that? S? That's an 8. I ought to say that doesn't make sense when I said it. 6 south degrees. What the heck is 6 south degrees? 68 degrees north forms an area of 607,337 square marine leagues. Man, you would have to just dig into this. It's just beautiful. So beautiful. All right? Just to see exactly what things were, right? And how they were written at 1834, right? It's just amazing, man. You know? Yeah. Yeah, man, y'all need to dig in this. But anyway, let me just go back, man. I ain't gonna sit here and hold on to that, man. Let me get out of this, man. But yeah, this is the law library, right? Just little different things I got in here, man. You know, you can enjoy yourself. Different law libraries, all the Black's Law dictionaries, all the Bouvier's. See, all 3 volumes of Bouvier's Law Dictionary. This should be volume one, third Rawls revision, right? So when people are talking about, you want to, get your hands on a John Bouvier's third Rawls revision, this is what it looks like, you know? Just to have an elaborate library with our school on Google Drive before we expand our school to further internet areas and land masses on the land, right? Bouvier's Law Dictionary, concise encyclopedia of the law. Rawls revision. This is third Rawls revision, if I'm not, you know, mistaken. You know, hey, John Bouvier. Yes, I guess that's who they're saying John Bouvier is. All right. Being the 8th edition, third revision being the 8th edition by Francis Rawl of the Philadelphia Bar. You know? Yeah, right? Looky, Astro Cookie. And yeah, when you open up things like, oh, let me get out of there. I didn't mean to click on that. You know? Continue, baby. Are we good now? Are we good now? Are we good now? All right, I think we good. Tap it on over here real quick. And you see, when you look up government, you go to the second version. Oh, it's acting like it can't look it up. Let's hit refresh. All right. That third Rawls revision at. Where was we at? Right here, right? John Bouvier's. Bring it back up, right? Man, the second one has the second volume has 1,130 pages, right? But like I said, just to show you guys, right? This is the second volume for John Bouvier's, right? So, like I said, you came for astrology, right? But yeah, I know I just wanted to just go and show you this. Oh, now you can't show the preview. Stop it. Oh, stop it. Alright, whatever. Not gonna hold you guys up. Just wanted you to see that. Yeah, it's like law dictionaries here and whatnot, right? So let's go back, right? And let's go back one more time, right? And let's check out this other library. Do you guys see this here on the right? This right here? This here is our astrology library, right? So in our astrology library, again, I've uploaded some free astrology software that is easily downloaded for your PC. Not Apple, pardon me. Alrighty, but I have some solutions for Apple users. You just have to contact me personally. And I also uploaded the simulation software, the astronomy simulation software for the University of Nebraska Lincoln. Pardon me. So, and I put the Swift software in there too. So if I clicked on that, you guys could see, the Swift player setup is in there. So you have to install the Swift player first, and then you can go into the class action folder here and access all the different software simulations from University of Nebraska Lincoln. Righty. All right, so let me go on back, all right, and show you guys. Look, when I say that I have my astrology library, I'm gonna go slow, sort of. Just so you can see, right? Just kind of how it goes, right? Let's just keep scrolling and 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 scrolling. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling and scrolling. So I'm scrolling. Scrolling and scrolling. So I'm scrolling. Keep scrolling. I'm just saying, guys, just throw a couple of books in there. So you guys can, come, to get your 20 hours of astrology. Maybe you want to take a break. Maybe you want to, hey, what did Hassan mean? Okay, now we're at the bottom. All right, what did Hassan mean when he said this in class or said that in class? You guys want some references? Go on over to the library in the drive. That's what happens when you get access, I'm making sure you guys have what you need. You want structure, you want to learn astrology with structure. This is what, I'm starting out with you guys' approval. And like I said, it's for you guys to get access to this drive, because in order for you to get access to all the um drives, well, all the workshops, let me see, all the workshops after, the initial Astrology 101 Workshop 2020. Alrighty, guys, this is why I'm letting you know now, how you get access to these. Exchange your Eleemosynary tuition, 135 notes via the Cash App in lieu of lawful money. When you're gifting your Eleemosynary tuition, you will get immediate access, provided it's only for one email. Alrighty, and you'll have immediate access to the Astrology 101 Workshop. And guess what? Everything's downloadable. So come on, guys, come along and study with us, our friends and beloved kinship, right? And like I said, that's within the Prophet Noble Drew Ali University portion. Let me go and respell that. Look at that. Let's rename right here, right? Right? Boom. That's what we want to call it. University. That's what we want to call it. That's what you do in the Mercury retrograde. You fix things. You dot your I's and you cross your T's. So the Prophet Noble Drew Ali University Astro Civics Community folder has both the Moorish History and Law Study Library and our Astrology Library, along with the Civics Awareness. Soon I'm going to upload the Civics Awareness videos, alrighty, from Facebook. Going to download them and then I'll upload them within the drive, alrighty. So we have our drive here, guys, so you can just enjoy yourselves and just check it on out, right? And there, like I said, I know there's going to be a lot of astrologers, that that have gone through some type of training through me over the years, especially within the last 4 or 5 years or so, and, they're surfacing. A lot more astrologers are surfacing. A lot of people, they do things, and I'm not looking for the credit, I always have Brother Taj's advice kind of, playing in my head, plant the seed and just keep it moving, Hassan. You're not even there to judge it. Just plant the seed and walk away. You know. So shout out to everybody that's doing it. But like I said, guys, this is the Grace Gifts Fruition underscore Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Google Drive. Alrighty, and this is the introductory one. So if you want to get your hands on and you want to participate in the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Amplified, like I said, we already have this Sunday that just passed was June 21st, 2020. We already have the video, the audio, and the minutes archived into a separate drive, because we have everybody that's a student for the Astrology 101 Workshop. You guys have access to this first drive with all these libraries and stuff. However, those of you that didn't, give your Eleemosynary tuition for the Amplified Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 or Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Amplified, there's a second drive that has been made, and only those that exchange their Eleemosynary tuition for the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Amplified, they have access not only to this drive, but also the Amplified drive as well. So, what do you think, guys? Let me see. I'm pretty sure I did this at a time where I'm not really expecting anybody to comment or say anything. So it's all to the gizzard and the neighbor his hood, right? So God archives? That's the question. God archives? Because that's what it is when you're going to get your hands on these archives, right? So the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020. That is just fine. If you missed the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020, that is just fine. You can still get access to all the archives, video recordings, audio recordings, chat text files, astro literature, free astrology software in brackets, right? And much, much more within our Astrology 101 Workshop, Google Drive, right? So, how to gain access? Well, I'm glad that you've asked, just 3 easy ways, you have to transact your Eleemosynary tuition, right? That's what it says here as I'm scrolling, right? have to transact your eleemosynary tuition. 135 notes in lieu of lawful money via Cash App to Caduceus symbol, or what we call a dollar sign, our astrology street. Alrighty. Step 2. Send to myastrologystreet at gmail.com your natal time. So A, natal time. B, natal date. C, natal location. Step 3, call 443-376-8764 prior to or after steps 1 and 2 for full disclosure and confirmation. I look forward to our correspondence. All the praises due to balance. Have a graceful and productive cycle. Islam, peace be unto you. All rights reserved. Zodiac Constitution. Alrighty, guys. So that's really, pretty much what it is. I guess I could do a little astrology for you go, right? So let's just bring a little bit of an astrology window up here for you, right? And looky, that still looking like how it's looking. How dare you, Epochcom? How dare you? So let's start the animation. It says sync time to computer clock time? Yes, let's do that. You guys pay attention over here. See my mouse, right? See how the clock just turned? Oh yeah, bang, right there. 141. So 141 and seconds are counting. So you guys can see this is going right now. You pay attention to the arc minutes right here for the ascendant. They're changing. Alright, so take a look at that one more again. I'm gonna check out this epoch cam one more time. So it's all good. Just I'm making sure that it's still going ski. Did I come back yet? I'm not sure. Let's see. Right? So there I go ski, right? Alrighty. I really hope that the sound and the visual are on point. But if it's a little off, guys, it is what it is. Just keep your ears on it. Alrighty, so let me move myself from out of the way anyway, guys. I want you to be able to see what I'm about to go in on. Just behind me here, alrighty, is the astro clock. Alrighty. So like I said, guys, I have it moving. So let me remove myself from here. Got here, I'm just going to bring the mouse and you guys can just follow the mouse here. Let me actually grab my pen tablet so I can actually conduct things and move a little quicker. So you guys see right now, we have Aries on the horizon, 21 degrees, Aries, right, 45 minutes. That's going to change very soon. 45 arc minutes to 47 now. That's why I said this is the astro clock. So this is what's happening right now in real time here near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic. All right. It's interesting. I'm here showing you the values. That's Taurus. The internet. That's Uranus. Now it's really important to us, to ourselves, right? First house. It's interesting because the first house pertains to self, naturally ruled by Mars and Aries, right? So usually Mars, Aries, and the first house, they naturally go together, right? However, we got Mars here at 28 degrees Pisces, right? Nearing what some people will call in the fixed astrology the fatalistic degree, right? Getting close to that around 20, you know, getting close to Pisceum. I'm trying to think what Pisceum star it is. Um, so it's just pretty cool, right? just see the different things that we have going on, right? So Mars is, separating its conjunction from Neptune. The 12th house, Pisces. First house on Aries, second house on Years. Looks like everybody's home, right? Look at that. Everybody's home. Everybody's home. More until our sunset, right? Got that lonely screen out there, so we can just continue right here and complete our situations here, bro. Situations here, bro. Right? I had no idea I was still logged in the Zoom. Alrighty. Apologies. So continue, like I said, guys, just look at it, just checking on out here. Aries on the rise. It's interesting in the 12th house with Neptune, co-ruler, to Jupiter, and the 10th in Capricorn, over the 12th house. Very active dreams, very active illusions, so to speak. The magician at work. Some would say in the house pertaining to self-inquiry, some would say self-undoing, So active illusions and the pain therefrom with rising fascination and denial on the mind. A lot of people are taking themselves to astrology to find the values therein. Right? With Mars in the 12th, very active bed pleasures, I would say. 12th house is bed pleasures, imagination, institutions like hospitals, prisons, universities, colleges, film and theater, Hollywood as well. Activity, forwardness, projection. So projecting the illusions, projecting the dreams. People may be projecting these illusions to the mind that have people both fascinated and in denial with a pain, an unhealable wound and injury. It's not really unhealable. Declare and proclaim your nationality and study, study, study. You won't have to wear a mask and breathe in your carbon dioxide inhalations and have to sit there and try to get other people to jump off a bridge because now that you have to breathe your own carbon dioxide inhalations, now you try to make other people feel guilty by saying, "That's rude. That's so rude. You're putting everybody at risk by not wearing a mask. You're an idiot." And you let people trick you into breathing your own carbon dioxide exhalations. Enjoy that. Mouth breather. It's all good. I still love you. What does that mean? What is that supposed to mean? Quote some really awesome mothers, right? What is that supposed to mean? Speaking of love, Libras, Venus, right there in the second house, and its accidental dignity in the second house. However, its rule in the second house, because the second house cusp at the moment is on Taurus. So look at that. However, it's in Gemini, so we're communicating the values definitely. Definitely communicating the values and finding the beauty therein pertaining to reflecting with our, local community, with our brothers and mothers, So that's on the internet. You see, there's this just, this thing going on about astrology. And Saturn is there, giving this great teaching, you know. Sitting there in the 10th house, however, conjunct just within 6 degrees, so, yeah, about 6 degrees, 25 minutes. Is that about right? Conjunct the 11th house cusp, so definitely pointing out the essentials to the group pertaining to astrology. Go Saturn, go Saturn. So, The ascending node or the north lunar node still hanging and kicking it at 29 degrees. Gemini, 6 minutes. Right? Because Venus is retrograde and Neptune is retrograde, along with Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto retrograde. Right? Mercury is retrograde at 13 degrees. Right? Just retrograde passing back past Sirius. So shout out to all the Sirius star seeds here on the Earth land. Sun there transiting currently 4 degrees. Cancer, 8 minutes. Alrighty. Mercury's retrograde at Cancer, 13 degrees Cancer, 2 minutes. Alright. That's why we're sitting here just bringing to light some communication and just reminiscing. This is like that reminiscent energy, right? Going over and communicating these early childhood secured ideas, right? And moving forward to communicating the things, right? 29 degrees, some would say, that's the degree of acting. When it comes to fixed stars, right? That's a degree of acting, right? The moon in Leo, void, of course, right? Ruling the 4th house. Nobody's home in the 4th house, right? Even though, look at how Mercury right there is hugging the 4th house cusp. Somebody born at this time, man, ooh, that would be very powerful. Somebody who would probably feel that they're not heard in the home, right? Want to express their fiery emotions creatively, but feel like they can't. Or maybe an absent mother, right? Mother who's fiery, or an extra loving mother who may run a daycare, and children may feel like, well, you got so many other children that you're helping to take care of. That's a possibility. I'm just actually drawing a scenario. What's actually a really good one too is that, hey, maybe someone's looking to move, new house, right? People really getting creative. Maybe some new children are there, some new creativities that are happening, ready to manifest. So there's a new home and there's communication that's speaking on, hun, we need more space in the home, right? So you can play it like that also, right? Just amazing, right? So, fated meetings when balancing our health, right? So this is really good. This is a medical astro report, just modified sort of. Usually, guys, I do the weather reports when I, posted early on Instagram, but I choked out and I got a little busy. Got into a Zoom meeting or two, got into a few phone conversations, just doing work, uplifting fallen humanity, doing nation work, being a more for real, without having to really announce it, really, but just letting you guys know what it is I was doing, what it is I was taking care of, right? So, and continuing, Mercury is doing its thing, hugging the first cups, right? The qualities when it's pertaining to, communicating things pertaining to, that detailed health and service or those that serve us. Yeah, people are really looking to have things communicated in a way where they may be going on vacation, thinking of reminiscing and going back in their, childhood areas, right? So that they can be able to, after this Mercury, retrograde, spring forward and move on into the new living space in their mind, right? Venus doing this thing, like I said, in Gemini, ruling over the 2nd and the 7th house, right? Like naturally does. And it's accidental dignity in the 2nd house, however, hugging. End of Taurus is the 2nd house cusp at 29 degrees, 31 minutes. Looks like we're about to have an intercepted Taurus Scorpio axis very soon. Right? 2nd house cusp is going to hit Sagittarius before the 1st house cusp is Taurus. So we're going to experience an interception live. Probably people really home relaxing, probably watching this, nobody there with you. So funny, empty relationship house with the moon for the course. people probably in a house together. However, you know, people probably in separate rooms, in separate spaces, probably in the same bed, but not cuddling. And there ain't nothing wrong. It ain't nothing negative going on. That's just the energy, right? Eighth house energy right there at the end of Scorpio. So there's just this master, you know, death and generation and, you know, inheriting energy. 9,000 Sagittarius, so, you know, we're bringing our things from higher learning from past lives in our childhood. We're going to shot them right here and act accordingly, right? 10th house on Capricorn when it comes to our status, right? Bring things to the forefront out to others. Again, transformatively expand the essentials pertaining to astrology. Everyone's going to be getting to astrology. You're going to find people that you thought were thinking one way, and then they really start to see how this astrology, especially after getting a load of that dry. Bar 4 to 7 degrees, Pisces, 17 minutes currently in the 11th house. So everyone's really getting to enjoy themselves, enjoy, you know, what I'm sharing here. You know, you get to enjoy what I'm sharing, and me, you know, having a Pisces and me having myself. So, you know, I'm in my element when I'm sharing this astrology and saying, hey, guys. So you guys can actually benefit and get, you know, your fortune that's in the 11th house being ruled by Saturn and Uranus. So you can value astrology and the essentials that will expansively transform your status. I'm going to yield the floor, man. I enjoy you all so much. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I enjoy you all. And I'm going to yield the floor. I'm not even sure if the video has caught up yet, but I'm looking and seeing where it is right now. And that's me looking down as I brought the video up because I'm looking down at my screen and I'm monitoring where I have the software, even though the camera's right here, a little higher, much higher, about maybe a foot and a half higher than my actual computer. So it is what it is, guys. I really enjoyed you all spending some time with me. Like I said, give me a shout, 443-376-8764, or myastrologystreet@gmail.com, or Hassan Ghazio Bay @gmail.com, or 7hillstar@gmail.com, as you see there at the bottom pertaining to the screen on the scrolling text, right? And, you know, just give me a shout, guys. Come on. And, you know, interested in Astrology 101 workshop, you'd like to get started, like to get access to our library. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is come and check out the videos, and everything else will just happen to be there. I truly do love you all. Alrighty? Because I love me first. So I fill up my cup so I can overflow. Alrighty? Indefinitely. Infinitely. Forever and ever and ever and ever. And ever and ever and ever, ever. Forever, ever. Alrighty, let me get out of here. Let me take this delayed video off of here feed so you guys can still hear my audio or whatever. But check us out, man. You know, Mercury retrograde, maybe some, you know, maybe that's what's going on with the video. I know what the energies are. I just enjoy it. I like surfing the waves. There's really, you know, no good thing or bad thing. It's just a thing and a way to utilize it, or, you know, balance or counterbalance, you know. So with that, you all, like I said, got archives? I just want to know if you got archives. That's all. And I want you guys to be able to just get your hands on these things, right? Got archives? You got archives? I want to know if you got archives. So again, get your hands on archives by gifting almost 135 notes in lieu of lawful money via the Cash App. Let's get that screen mirror going one more time so you guys can see that. Got archives? And we'll close out with the got archives, right? Change scenes here, so you guys can get a look at it one more time again, right? Like I said, alert, alert, alert. Read the entire caption, beloveds. Got archives. If you missed the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020, that is just fine. You can still get access to all the archives, video recordings, audio recordings, chat text files, astro literature, free astrology software in brackets, and much, much more within our Astrology 101 Workshop Google Drive. How to gain access? Well, I'm glad that you've asked. In just 3 easy steps. Step 1, transact your eleemosynary tuition, 135 notes in lieu of lawful money via Cash App to the Caduceus symbol or $, our Astrology Street. Step 2, send to myastrologystreet at gmail.com your A, natal time, B, natal date, and C, natal location. Step 3, call 443-376-8764 prior to or after steps 1 and 2 for full disclosure and confirmation. I'll get your email address too in that confirmation, alrighty? And that full disclosure and confirmation, alrighty? I look forward to our correspondence. All the praises due to balance. Have a graceful and productive cycle. Islam, which is I Self-Law and Master, I Self-Law Adeptus Mastery, or I Self-Law Adeptship Mastery. Depends on, which angle you're coming from. Peace be unto you. All rights reserved. And retain the Lodio without prejudice, of course. Zodiac Constitution. With that, you all, thank you so much. Got archives? Follow me on Instagram, 7 Hill Star, right? Hit like on this video, guys. Subscribe, hit like for the YouTube, for our Astrology Streets, All Rights Reserved YouTube page, 7 Hill Star, which is this channel right now, 7 Hill Star. Like and subscribe and share. Alrighty. Our Astrology Street on Instagram, all one word, Our Astrology Street. Come and check us out there, and if you'd like to, click a little follow, you can there. You can click a little follow at 7 Hill Star as well. Check out all the goodies there as well. And, on Facebook, Hassan Ghazi Obey Facebook page and the Astrology Street Facebook page, alrighty? So 2 Facebooks, 2 YouTubes, 2 Instagrams, alrighty? For you guys to check on out. Alrighty, for both mommy, daddy, and the babies. Alrighty. Alright, and it's up to you, mommy and daddy, to recognize what's for you and your significant other and or consort, and what's for your posterity, your progeny, your babies. Alrighty? And with that, I'm going to yield the floor, beloveds. I love you. I love you. I love you. Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace and love.